And live.
Hello everyone, this is the Concept Proof Concept demo team doing what we do, which is tracking the mojo phenomenon and sharing the methodology that we use to do so with the public. And we're going to have a normal 3-act structure. Act 1 is fundamentals, where we talk about the mojo phenomenon in its physiological cues, the names you use for it, and then actual samples who have those cues. This week we're doing
the pop culture timeline, and we are on the 2005 to 2009. We're continuing on the ultimate path.
Nice. Okay, so then for Act 2, that's the main portion of our proof of concept. That is where the team has had a week to look at 5 to 10 samples and then get together under blind test conditions and then get together now and see what the cohesion accuracy is going to be. The samples that are most challenging, we'll spend some time reviewing. The samples this week came from Glenn, and we're focused in fitness bubbles. So that's kind of a new area for us to delve into. We've done that a little bit, but this is deeper than we've gone before, so exciting. Indeed. Then in Act 3, the advanced portion is when we're doing a live read, and we'll be doing it in real time. You can hear the team talking back and forth, and the way they dialogue with each other is the same way each reader's dialogue with themselves, both to themselves when they're in a group and also whenever they're doing it on their own as a mojo reader. Okay, that sample for that, if we have time for 1 or 2, will both come from Glenn. Introductions, and we'll get started. I am Nai G Coach.
Nai G Glenn.
Nijai Bruno.
Excellent. So some other members are out on adventures this week, so we'll expect them back in the next couple of weeks. But we'll go ahead and move on. So, Raj?
Yep.
Let's do it. I think Ben will be on in a little bit.
Going into the TV show timeline, 2005 to 2009, where it's going to be a little different this time around because we're going to start from where we left off in the middle of the Ultimate Fighter. And we're going to have Coach start us off round robin, so our first turn will call out a piece for that mojo, and then any time there's a regender mojo, we'll also call out a piece for them, for everyone to hear. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right, so this is Vaiji Neil Magni. He, as a Vaiji, is going to be a hunter mojo, so he's going to have those far away, distant eyes, hooded eyes, but they are piercing, so a removed piercing quality, and that is how they also set their boundaries. So the most energy will come from the eye area as a lead receiver, and that energy will be piercing, and that is their main form of boundary setting.
By Zeke Colton Smith. He'll have those. He'll also have Vi eyes. So the
I didn't do Vi actually. I just took hunter.
You just took hunter. Okay, so he'll have hunter eyes, like the Vi G above. Differences. Well, we didn't go into the mouth. He'll also have hunter eyes. He will have a different looking mouth. It's an unaware mouth, which has generally a more downward turned arc at the end of the mouth, so a downward arc, and also more energy on the lower.
And why does he have that with power?
Because he has a jai. Sorry,
This is Naiji John Bones Jones. Naiji, similar to the other 2 hunters, the Vaiji and the Vaizi, they have this very intense quality to them, and they're hunters also as well. So naturally, they're also perceptionally, but they are subjective, not objective like a gatherer is. But unlike the Vi Alpha, John Jones here, he's a Naiji, so he's using Nai as the source power, and so that gives a more of a ethereal kind of dreamy kind of quality to the eyes. More, it's not necessarily looking at anything pinpointedly. It's more looking at the general, bigger picture kind of thing, and it's got a more yin quality as compared to the Vi.
YZ, the American gangster Hael Sonnen.
Yep.
Shio? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Jewish or something. I don't know. Seems like it would be pronounced whatever. So here's another YZ, and let's see. So Jarlene and Coach mentioned the eyes and how that combines with the tandem Z and G for a YG and a YZ. So let's look at the Jai, how it affects um, the overall tonality of the perception. Just as with the Nai Z, you'll see more of a sort of soulful tone to the eyes when he's channeling inward. Contrasted with the Naiji and the Vaiji, who have Nai and Zai as their subjective powers, so they tend to have a little bit of a um, cooler inward channeling. The Vaiji, just as the Nai-Z, will have warmer inward channeling. So on the right here, you see a sort of a vaguely soulful look that even as he's sort of concerned and worried about not forgetting, making sure he's got all the details right, there's a sort of warmth to it on the right where it seems a little bit it's worried with a certain emotion to the worriness to the to his intention, I guess.
Yeah, he's weighing as he's assessing. His Vi is, taking it in, but his Jai is weighing it. So you see that in the mouth there, that weighing he's doing. Jinai, Uriah Hall. All right, so Jinai are, we're talking about hunter, I'll take pilot then. So he is a pilot. That means he is going to have the beauty field face, particularly we talk to have this sort of pellet face, a full face forwardness. In his case, as a G alpha, it's going to be a warm, full face, warm, we call pellet caring that the G alpha have. And you can see in both these, the emoting, which starts in the mouth area and radiates out, he's not activating or doing a lot of large movement in the mouth area. But still, there's quite a bit of tone in both these pictures. Not much movement in the lips or cheeks is necessary, but the ripples of the whole face, because that helmet of caring, when it moves on any emotion, the whole face moves with it. So these subtle movements, their subtleness is transmitted throughout the entire canvas and face.
Junai Kelvin Gaston.
Zenai Bubba McDaniel. So Zenai is new, and I'll use the Zenai as a comparison. They both have Nai as their tandem power, so that aspect of their physiology is going to be relatively the same. They also have V as their offside. It's not going to be the exact same, but it's going to be basically, well, because they're different mojos, obviously, so they use it differently given their source power. But with the Zenai, they have Z as their source power, and so that gives them that very full-faced, unifield quality look that the Zenai also have. But unlike the Zenai, their emoting does not go past the localized area of just their mouth area, and instead of like a warm helmet of caring, they have a cool helmet of bracing. And that comes with it a more strategical, cool kind of quality, more neutral. Not as there's no flex factor with that with the butter or the benevolent and baleful quality. It's just more consistent with the Z logical protocol kind of aspect of that comes with yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a forward moving sheerness, sheer cheeks, but in that a forward moving way.
Yeah.
Naiji Rowdy Ronda Rousey. So as an IG, she has G as the tandem power, and you can see a really good example in both of these pictures. On the left, it's sort of like it's being used a little bit to intimidate. it's sort of on the baleful end, not so much. It's more of a it combines with the Nai a lot, and it gives her an assured. It she's using it to express confidence in in her in her Nai's worldview. And on the right, it's more of a playful sort of freeform use of G, just to, almost combining with the V and sort of enjoying the moment.
Yeah, one on the left, she's actually even being a bit, ornery, playful. So it kind of combines this, the Naiji or ladies, the way I'll both do it, but ladies do this a lot, where they kind of combine being threatening and sort of being a bit being seductive. Not like seductive, say to her opponent, but like to the camera. She's playing the camera while being intimidated. You know what I mean? Like, she's like intimidating, but hey, camera, I see you there, and I'm intimidating you. But you like it a little bit, don't you? You know what I mean? She's kind of like, the camera's like, I don't know how to feel. She's like, yeah, that's good.
It's a very confident kind of look. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is good. Like sort of, there's a cockiness there for sure.
There is, and it's a particular kind that tends to unnerve other people, making people want to check themselves. The Vaiji also have a way they look at you like that, like Conor McGregor. It makes you just like check yourself. Naiji. Naiji means your fate.
Vaiji, Edmund, Harvard.
It's a bit slow, it seems.
Yeah.
Were the technical issues able to be resolved?
Not yet.
Okay.
We have
Still a little circle.
we have Darlene's rigged up a good
Laptop.
yeah. So she's done that and she ordered some new ones, so we're good.
Okay.
And it's a cool one. What are you getting?
Getting Alienware. Logo.
Yes. Cool.
All right. Okay, so this is Jinai Shayna Basler. So Jinai female is new. Same cues as the Jinai male, but I guess I'll take on the V here. Her eyes, you can definitely notice that they've got this sort of like the Jinai. They have a lionic kind of quality to them, and their eyes have this sort of they have this sort of like very open. It's offside for them, so it comes with a natural unhoodedness as well because they're objective mojos. But it's very laser-eyed look, and you can definitely see she's got a lot of use of it there. In both pictures, really, the one on the right seems more like I don't know, like serious because she's got more of like that kind of energy to her in that. It's more menacing, maybe. The other one is also a little bit kind of menacing too, but it seems a little bit more like kind of poised. They're both, they're both poised in a way, but the one on the right seems more like it has an emotional tone to it, like, and she's got a lot of that, wide-eyed look, and you can definitely see that there's a lot of concreteness there, a lot of, viscerality, if that's a word, and so, yeah.
Naiji, Jessamine Duke.
Jinai Juliana Pena.
Naiji, Raquel, Rocky Pennington.
Nijai, the Happy Warrior, Roxanne Modefuri. So Nijai is new. With the Nijai, they have Ni as their source power. It brings with it an unhooded quality to the eyes, pressed up to the eyes pressed up to the glass, very buoyant, very laughing quality. Not intense at all like it would be for a, like a Hunter Mojo. It's much more open, much more
Well, give me
loose.
intent, but not in that focused way.
Yeah, it's drinking in all the possibilities around them, and it's very adaptive in that sense. It's more loose in the way that it kind of is, and yeah.
And also, this is a rarity. It's one of the only two EGI females we have in MMA.
Yeah.
In fact, I guess they're the only two adapters we have.
Who's the other one?
I don't know her name. She's a long-haired blonde EGI female fighter as well.
I see.
She's not at this time super well known. So, I know there is a second one.
For those on this one, who just did this last time? You did it, right? Then?
Yeah, I did this. So this is Bruno.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Vaiji Tim Gorman. Should I do cues for him?
I think he's already been done. If I should.
Vaiji. Okay.
Maggie, Frankie, the answer, Edgar.
You by Ricardo Almeida, you by New. So he'll have that complement of pairing, meaning a G alpha, a pilot, to that unit field. Expression, or the face has one plane, so to speak. But the difference is from between him and a Shinai will be the eyes, and the eyes are Vi. So we'll have that dense quality that comes from the Vi, and we'll have this prepared piece from it.
Sorry. Can you scroll back actually? And Coach, can you talk a little bit about like how we say that objectives have shorter but thicker lines, because this guy has a pretty long face, and so does the next guy actually. So can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
That's a trend, so it doesn't actually go one-to-one, but there is a general trend that the objective mojo pilots and gatherers tend to have thicker lines, and he actually looks fairly thick to me. That's a fairly broad jaw.
No, he does look thick, but also thin. He looks, or I'm sorry, long. Like on the right, his face looks pretty long. Maybe I'm just now literally this week starting to think about that. So.
Yeah, no problem.
But
one thing that I do tend to notice is his jaw seems rather substantial in proportion to the rest of him. And the gatherers also have that as well, where with the towers and the hunters, even when they're shorter or longer, it doesn't actually have that same quality. Like we're looking at Jerry Rochelle recently, by the country. And so when they're the towers and the hunters, they're thicker. It still has a more of a narrowing in the chin and jaw area. To me, his jaw looks rather substantial.
Yeah, and I would add to that. I think when it comes to the pilots, possibly the gatherers to a lesser degree maybe, but the bottom half and the upper half of the face tend to be wider, I think.
Yeah. Because something you'll notice as well on that, sometimes you'll see, we've seen recently like some Xenai who are tall, is they'll have a longer neck and legs and torso, but there's still a general thickness in the joints of the shoulder and wrist that's larger in proportion than you say with a lanky hunter or tower, and then particularly the face. The head still keeps that rather, more squarish or wide aspect to it. But his neck looks pretty thick too, but then they're mostly pretty muscly here. For the Bai Ji, we've seen, like, for example, I think a good analogy is like Yi Bai. To compare a Bai Ji to his face would be a good way to do it. We've seen some. So, like here, like this Edmund, he even has a broaderish face for a Bai Ji, but still this tapering down here and more fineness in the mouth area.
Yeah.
See here on the right, for example, the chin, it's more narrow. It's more set. It's finer bones in the jaw area. So you can see these pilots here, the more substantial, often jaw area. And here, he has a fairly, got the Z going on the cheeks, but if you look at the chin, again, more narrow as a hunter. And where's the Bai? Here's a Bai Ji. So this is the subjective counterpart of the Ji Bai. And you see the same powers, but there's more fineness in the chin. And again, his cheeks aren't super thin. They're a decent width, but there's more of a tapering, particularly the jaw area. Does it help some?
Absolutely.
I think overall too, the pilots might also have larger skulls as well, maybe more larger heads. Maybe that's just kind of.
I'll have to get more data on that, but there could be definitely something to that.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, so was this me?
That's
I think. Yeah, so this is Jivi Mark Coleman.
Visai Diego Lima. So, as a Visai, he will have V laser eyes as his most distinct signal. And as Coach mentioned, most athletes that are V alpha, perhaps especially the Visai, tend to have a particular form of Ni that serves to sort of help them plot the outcomes and sort of look into like the deeper meanings of situations and sort of try to stay several steps ahead by doing that. So you see a good amount of Ni narrowing in both pictures here. Even though he is primarily drinking in, you sort of see him sort of detached and a bit far away, maybe more so than you would see, for example, like a Vijay musician or someone like that.
Definitely, especially that's a thing in athletes in general that are say Vijay, but particularly in combat sports where there are a lot fewer of them. So it's mainly directives that do it. I would imagine they have to use their directive powers a lot.
Yeah, and they have to get them really developed.
Yeah.
All right, Najee Anthony Showtime Pettis.
Gilbert Melendez.
Jivi Jake Shields.
Gina Carla Esparza.
G. Brandon Marcos. That's it. Okay, so as a by G, she is going to be a G mojo, so you see that the mouth is aware. In both these photos, one on the left she's giving more of a benevolent look, and on the right she's giving a baleful look. But both of them, she's aware of the tone she is communicating. And the tone does not, it does go above the midline, but not past the brim line because she is a lead receiver. And I'll just mention in comparison to the several other Naiji female fighters here, is that she has that particular tautness around the mouth, both when she's doing the benevolent smile and the baleful scowl, I guess you call it, or the stern look. It's got a slight more yang tightness to it than the others, yes, Hunter the Naiji.
Naiji Joanna Calderwood.
Gina Alex Chambers.
Naiji Jessica Penne.
G9 Police Herod.
G9 Justine Fish.
Xeni Aisling Daly, or Dally. Xeni female is new. I guess with her, I will go with Unifield face. So there is a full-faced quality look that all discernment leads have, and it's different than the bifield face like the Naiji and the Baiji and the Baizi because there's not a separation between the eyes and the rest of the bottom half of the face, or even the upper half, I think, to some degree. There's a full-faced quality. There's a full-faced look to it. The neutralizing or the cooling is always going to be going all the way through the entire face without any sort of break or stopping. And with her, she naturally has that bracing quality that goes all the way from the bottom to the very top of her face. So yeah, that's Unifield face.
G9 Ticia Torres.
G9 Bermudez.
Might be Heather Joy Clark. Oh, that is me.
It's nice seeing you.
Right. All right. So these pictures you can see. She's an eye alpha, so she has that the perception lead. So the eyes will have the most intensity, energetic intensity, the facial cues. Here you particularly see on the left-hand side picture, you see the cunning in our eyes, the cunning assessment, sideways assessment in those pictures.
Gina Beck Rollins. I think maybe Coach, you'll have to take the next one.
It's Bruno. Is Bruno Rokoff?
Is Bruno away right now?
Oh no, I think he's just taken a little step away from the microphone.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Gina Angela Magana.
Okay. Do we want to go into heroes or pause?
No, pause. Perfect. Nice. Cool. That was intense. I showed
Yeah.
that. Listen, new motors don't see there as often.
Yeah, nation's spread.
So, Act 2. This would be the quiz for Ben. Who check to see if he sent anything in.
Ben did some good,
It comes out.
yeah. Alright. Check it out. It's not connected.
What's read? Just have to check.
Yeah. Alright, okay, so as Coach mentioned, this quiz samples come from Glenn. So Glenn will go last. We're waiting for Bruno, so should we go ahead and get started?
Well,
And join.
what do you want to focus then as well?
All right. So let's see.
Where is everybody? This is my quiz.
I know, it's crazy.
Okay, so first sample, Andrew Steele, Olympic athlete, 400-meter relay runner, junior fitness. No, this is the first sample of the requisites. I will read what Bruno guessed. Bruno guessed Zyv. On this one, should I do neutral? Or, sorry, Ben said Naiji. I said Zyv. What did you say, Glenn?
I said Naiji.
He is IV.
Ah, I see.
I was actually impressed. Several people who also sent in guesses that aren't on the live hangout team, they actually got that one. So I was like,
Yeah, you remind me of Michael Phelps.
Ah, I see. I thought runners might be more Durams, but yeah.
with his face, when he's running intensely, that some of the IV when they do the tennis, you see him freeze frame. When they smash with the tennis racket. I don't know. He reminded me of that a little bit.
That's cool.
Next sample is David Epstein, author of The Sports Chief and journalist. Bruno guessed Levi. Then guessed Maiji. I guessed Vaiji. What did you say, Glenn?
I said Vaiji.
It's Vaiji.
Right.
He does have a lot of knee, though. I feel like I was thinking knee jive for a little bit, wondering maybe
Yeah,
if
he
that
has like a lot of.
kind of reminded me a little bit of like Sam Harris, but then I was like, no, that doesn't seem like it fits.
Yeah, he has this boyish quality that is at the meaning of having trained games with him. Yeah, made it fit him.
Yeah. Digits.
But he's just too confident when it comes to the way he's poised. Looks too natural, I thought.
Storytelling, the way that on his head that is just looking in story mode. And of course, then
Mm-hmm. I'm just happy I'm not gonna get a 0 on this now.
Okay, so next one is Dr. Lane Norton, founder of BioLane Foundation, bodybuilder, and coach. So here, Bruno went with Naiji, then went with Naiji. I said G-Bi on this sample.
And I also said Shibai.
Vaiji.
Yeah, I was actually wondering at first I thought maybe Zenai, because he seemed like he had an eye or something, but no.
Yeah.
That's me.
Sorry.
Yeah, hey, so we've gone through 3 of the samples. We got out your guesses. So I'll just share what the answers are for the first three. Andrew Steele is a Zyv. David Epstein is a Vaiji. And Dr. Lane Norton is a G-Vi.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. The next one is Greg O'Gallagher, a fitness YouTuber under the name Nobody and a fan of intermittent fasting. What do you guess for him, Bruno?
Naiji.
Okay. Then guess Naiji for him. I guess Vaiji. What did you guess for?
I said Jibai.
You would want to shake your ones.
Okay.
I believe yeah.
Oh.
Jinai?
Nine.
Ah. I was thinking that. I knew that he had to be a G alpha though. Yeah, that's cool.
Last of the requisites, Alan Aragon, writer, researcher, nutritionist. What did you guess on him, Bruno?
Naiji.
Then guess Naiji. I guess G-Vi on him.
And I also said Jibai.
Vaiji.
All right, now into optionals. First one is Abu Lazarow, entrepreneur, founder of DNA Fit and DNA Bioscience. What did you guess for him, Bruno?
Vaiji.
Then guess Naiji. I guess Vaiji. What did you guess, Glenn?
I said Vaiji too.
It's Vaiji.
Okay. Next one, Dr. Lyle McDonald, writer, researcher, and nutritionist. What did you guess?
I said Nizai.
Then guess Naiji. I passed on him. What did you
I
say?
said Vaiji for him.
It's Vaiji.
Ah, so close. Yet so far.
Hold on, please. Dr. Klimczewski?
Dr. Joe Klimczewski.
Klimczewski, thank you. What did you guess on him for that?
Vaiji.
Okay. And guess YG. I guess GY would be G dance.
I said Jivi.
He for me was one of the toughest ones.
Really?
He had a lot of vibe. I believe it's a G vibe.
Yeah.
He vibed a lot of vibe boys.
He had a bigger head.
And full of hands.
Yeah, he's got that.
Mother was above the drone. He's had a lot of drone.
Now we have Dr. Brett Contreras, the book guy, author, writer, training specialist. Did you guess from him? You know? You're on mute. We couldn't hear you. We know you were on mute. Can you repeat that?
Sorry about that. Naiji.
Cool. Ben went with G9. I went with G5.
I said Jivi.
This one was a killer. This one was the killer. I don't think anyone got this one.
He's a Vijay, isn't he?
He died. He died.
Oh! Oh man, Vijay.
You did Dr. Brett Contreras?
Brett Contreras.
Okay, cool. All
That's
right, last one. Dr. Brad Schonfield, author of Look Great Naked, psychology specialist. What did you guess on him?
Naiji.
Then guess my G on him. I passed on this one. What did you say?
I said Vaiji.
He's IG.
Oh, okay.
Nice job. Nice job.
Tough quiz though. I was.
Yeah, it's a different group. I think some people actually were able. There's different risks here. They can be interpreted different ways. You're not used to seeing them, so which is good. Don't be getting more into fitness because Glenn and I are going to be flipping that bubble this year. So look forward to getting that to you. So a lot of G.
Yeah.
G, Vi, G.
It's kind of like modeling in a way.
A lot of Naiji, not a lot, but
What are
some.
they called? Persons?
Percent, but also the V side as well in there, and anxiety as well. So,
But it seems like.
but still, it's all G. The only one's missing here in the normal layout is an IG, which is also G.
Well, one of the guys who we read before, who was in Rockets, somebody was in Vijay.
Exactly.
Oh, was it Vijay?
He's Vijay. Mm-hmm. Okay, alrighty, so there's a few to take a look at here, but I think two I want to definitely do. I believe Rego Gallagher do a lot of people, because people are guessing G Mojos, but not G9. People are guessing Vaiji, G-Vi, and G. So look at him, and then also Brett Contreras, and I don't even was really thinking adaptive with him. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and look at Rego Gallagher. I'm curious if you guys have seen now, if you actually can take put the G9 sort of scroll up on him, how it hangs. I think probably maybe something where you just weren't thinking about it. Those who were.
I guess he maybe has a lot more, has more vibe, because I was thinking that slowness in his tongue that he has more.
Slowness,
like,
heaviness, but not
more
drone. Well, but not drone. He is slower. He has that smoothing that the G mode uses a lot of Xi to make sure they don't mess up when they talk. He has that because he's basically being a leader, a teacher, a mentor, coach. So that's part of what he's doing there. But I don't think I was hearing drone. I listened. Really popped me myself. I think a few people went the route of Durham, and I guess Naiji. That's what I would. I saw, I believe, Nai was G right away, but he was so poised in playing that sort of guru role. I thought maybe it was a hunter, but after a while of continuous watching, I believe it is a pilot.
Yeah, for me, mainly Naiji.
I guess the jaw also threw me off because it has.
What did you guess?
I guess IG.
Naiji.
But I just moved.
gotta eat right. I mean, you could be working out. You can't out exercise a bad diet. Let's face it. You just can't, you don't. There's not enough hours in a day to burn all those calories.
Surely, just that you would think you were going to die or have a heart attack.
Okay, this
is people that work out and have a goal in mind. They want to look good. You know, a lot of people don't know.
Okay, so right here, one of the things that made me think Duran right away, actually, I was thinking Naiji for a bit, is his twitchiness. He has G, he's aware of the audience, he's macking it, he is pitching what he's about, but he has this nervous energy that Nai always gives to him. That for me signals it. Also here, you can see the eyes, a clarity. For me, it looks more the clear-eyed clarity of the V as compared to the knee. The one thing that took me a little bit is his nervousness actually, and how much he doesn't like to look sometimes the camera. I was thinking maybe he was a hunter. But I think if you see another video where he's more natural. Daniel Light. I think one thing you'll see, as far as being a hunter, his overall body language, the hands, and the use of his head as far as jutting and holding space, like right here, right bam. How he's holding that space, that's helmet.
Yeah.
In fact, for me, this sort of immediately gave me lots of rips. Like right here, this gives a lot of rips as Genii actor. There's quite a lot of Genii actors that have this kind of look here. The tension around the mouth also is a little more yin than for G vibe.
The nervousness is a really big cue. Something that I didn't really pay attention to. But yeah, it's. I think definitely with the Vimojos, they don't have that. They don't have that twitchiness, that kind of nervous energy. He definitely has that a lot. Now that I look back on other times I've seen him in interviews and videos, it makes a lot of sense.
And then with the Vimojos, both in the Dursens, when they even do get nervous, they tend to just get more drony. And for their body language, already has, we mentioned that tautness, it gets more taut. But it doesn't get this nervous kind of energy.
There's like a hypno swivel kind of quality, right? I think
there is, and also like a fidgety quality. Like the last thing, you can't quite get comfortable.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because when Vi gets like saying nervous and uncomfortable, he gets stiffer. He'll stiffen more.
We're gonna hit the
right there. I can hear that Zai. Christina, but it's not droned, I don't think.
Biceps. I'll do a little bit of leg. Doing a 2-day split now. I want to go back 2 days a week. Because my physique, when I look at my absolute best, I was training 2 days a week. I don't know why that worked so well. Maybe I made better gains, or maybe the less training volume actually helped my appetite stay lower, so I got leaner. Could be a number of factors. I'm going back to 2 days a week, 2 workout week physique, and we're gonna hit the gym. Let's do it. And she's gonna run and get Starbucks on the way, so I get my second Americano of the day. I hit my caffeine, and the stars are on.
Yeah, right. Seriously, if I didn't know who this was, I would be. He's really ripping up a lot of the actors. Well, seriously, the Dursens give different riffs. They tend to rip me more immediately of athletes. It's really he's very athletic, but the riff actually sent me more in the acting direction.
Going to my first set of incline bench.
It's interesting because he talks a lot about achieving a sort of look that's like the, like the actors, like them kind of quality. So he's always looking at those kinds of people, I guess.
Here's voice from the voice over here.
I'm sliding off.
I'm not hearing drone.
Part of the bench flat, so
I hear monotone Zion.
Next one, put a mat on the first deck.
I'm not hearing. We're not hearing that. But here you see moving around. He's the pilot. Right there, the hand, the wrist.
Sliding off.
fullness of it, and also the more solidity we talked about. Because he's got fairly longish lines in the neck, for example, and things. But still more full face, and his hand, where the wrist comes in, like right there, look at his wrists. They're a little more substantial. You can see like Naiji are really jacked, but their wrists are a little finer in proportion between their hands and their forearm size.
Yeah.
The premise for this is that next
Are we good with it?
a little bit heavier.
I'm good. Are you guys good with
Be
them?
at 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am. Yeah, I knew that there was some Nai to him. There's something about the way his eyes looked. It looked very yin. I was wondering maybe if he could be an IG, but yeah. Makes sense.
Another one, take a look up sure, is Brett Contreras.
Yeah.
I think it may offend a lot of people because they're usually like your But if you're used to seeing Charles Barkley give commentary, sports analysis, actually the riff was right there.
Oh.
And things like that. And
He's also a bigger guy. I think that's
But he's scout. He's doing he's doing like squinty a lot.
yeah, I guess that's true. I interpreted this like pilot.
Yeah, it's full. It's the Gatherer. And of all the Gatherer faces, these eyes look
okay, so
his cheeks
there's a
don't
lot of
move
these bogus claims.
I think a lot of people were guessing
He
G
always
alphas.
repeats on sprint biomechanics.
Yeah, it's a
And
G
I've
by
read
Glenn
300
said
papers on
G
sprint
by
biomechanics, and I'm friends with the
you
top
guess?
researchers in the world.
Bruno?
And he says that the glutes are responsible.
I guess Naiji.
Yeah.
I was somewhat entertaining the idea that he might be a VJ.
Probably more important than the glutes.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Okay, so now I'll let you guys
I
see.
disagree with
Can you
that.
guys help Bruno out with
Here's
seeing
how I know that
the
Charles
objective
Baldwin
part?
knows of me, because one of
You
his
guys were able to see
kids
objective.
emailed me, and
I
I quoted him in my glute book, my glute book, and I was
Yeah.
I said, what does people say? Like I demand that you take this out of your ebook. And I'm going, it's a quote from Charles. I can
I'll
quote
say
him.
Chinese.
It's just silly. If you put it on paper, it's up for debate.
And all of you were seeing G. You were seeing he definitely. That's a where G. So we all seen that. That's good. Now, are we noting now though that we're looking at it here that as much G as he's doing, those cheeks are doing very little.
They are, yeah. They look very sheer, very cool. And that was
I don't think it's
interesting too.
I want to give the glutes every.
And you can see the bifield face too.
But
You
I
can,
don't think they're that important. I think the hamstrings are more important.
the eyes have are
Going on about these
different,
claims
distinct.
of Charles,
Yeah,
but if you study the history of Baldwin, you will realize that there's
But they still have that concreteness, which is, I guess is why I associated with that with Vi.
where the
It's
next
laser eyes, not prepared.
so his
Articulation is also something I noticed too.
It's
It
a little
doesn't
later.
come easy for him. It's altered.
notice that gurus, they all operate the same way. They've got to create their cult. And the way you create a cult is you've got, here are your exercises that are acceptable. These are the ones we do, and these are safe. And here are the exercises that are unsafe. And if you know a lot about biomechanics and you've worked out,
That's also very
just look at this and you'll go,
yin in his hands.
the exercises in here will be like,
That looks like fleshy, cool
He's
fleshy claw.
here too.
Okay, those.
Notice also that he gets his head going because articulating no barreling, but it has more of a shimmy.
They're like variations.
Yeah.
The jut, he juts, but kind of it's like a wiggle jut, shimmy jut.
Wiggle jaw, yeah.
Or not dangerous. It's all about how you coach.
He did pump. His energy is a bit more of a lift than directly forward.
Good coaches can pull them off and teach their clients how to do them safely, get people strong with good form. Crappy coaches don't know what they're doing. They don't understand what bad form is, and that's just the way it is. And so, so this is an essential key to being a guru. You've got to denounce these exercises and promote these ones. You've got to stick to it, no matter what research comes out. So here's this pattern with Charles Poliquin that I've noticed over the years.
It's very interesting seeing the gatherer relativistic mindset from the youngest of the gatherers.
He's getting a lot of attention. You can imagine. And so it started off with box squats. Box squats
Alright, we're good with him?
because of Louis Sims.
Then is there anyone else that we would like us to cover? before we get to the library?
Anyone else?
Not for me.
No?
No, I don't think so.
All right, cool. Then let's go ahead and get into the live read.
All right. Okay, I have a sample here. His name is Michael Lee. He is the co-founder of MyFitnessPal. So this is. I'll put in the link for him. YouTube. This might be a good one.
So we're here today in San Francisco. Mike and Albert Lee, brothers.
He's going to be the one on the left.
Cal.
Him right there.
There's someone on Michael Lee, the one on the left that has like the plain shirt.
Last year lost 200
Yeah, he has a white shirt. He's got the more fuller face.
Okay.
and dog in San Francisco. What's even more extraordinary is they built this, they funded it first out of their own savings, profit for the industry leader. Till 2013, they raised some $18 million. Now, well, you're at the center of a really epic revolution. Described as quantitative self, digital health, personal well-being. Tell me, where are we in this revolution?
We're definitely at the very beginning. This is the first inning. The amount of data that we will be able to collect about ourselves is just exploding. And not only about ourselves, but about the world around us. And you have this incredible device that's with you 24/7 in your pocket that is incredibly powerful. And I think where this is going is all of that combined.
I think they're both brothers,
You'd be able to have
but I'm not sure about that.
coach
So.
or 24/7 a doctor with you at all times, help you make healthier decisions in a healthier life.
I don't know. I feel like I might be seeing some
At its core, I
human
think
qualities. Like I think he might be adaptive. I'm not sure what you guys think about that.
track what
Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
with that information we can provide you with insights that help you make healthier choices. It's really that simple. So people have described it as making the invisible visible.
Yeah, it
There's
doesn't
so
seem like
much lack of
a
awareness.
lot
It's
of
actually amazing how
tension in
little
the
we know about what
shoulder,
exercise is performing, how that relates.
hands
That's really
also
what my
look a
head
little
does.
more
It just gives you
like
that information. Make better decisions.
pulled out from that.
Those insights are called the moments of clarity for our users. They'll stick with you for the rest of your life. When I first started,
Is anyone else seeing maybe Gather?
I learned
Yeah,
that
I think I might be
mayonnaise
thinking,
is
I'm leaning towards the gather, like moonshine.
and that has literally since
I feel that way too, actually. Yeah.
it's stuck with me. Short,
Yeah,
short
definitely.
that's a very
Not
common
that
experience that our users have. Those insights that really stick
What
with
do
you
you
for the rest
see,
of your life.
Bruno?
And what kind of difference does it make today?
I am not terribly sure.
Users, how their lives
The thing that Glenn pointed out about him having a fuller head was the only thing that really seems to make sense right now, like being objective. And I guess the energy doesn't seem pilot so much, but that does put me a gatherer.
First time.
Out of those, V doesn't seem likely either, so maybe between the V alpha
I think we're actually
and the mouth
our users.
doesn't seem G.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I would say Nijai like you guys are thinking right now.
For them
Yeah,
to
when I
feel
look
like
at the mouth, I see energy and I think I've seen the whole lip and I think I've seen like that downturn, more downturn.
we have actually this customer, our customer happiness. Every week, we're constantly getting these amazing emails from our members, and they actually summarize it and send them out. That is the most widely read email in the company by far. It's the one that everybody looks forward to because the stories are so amazing. love it. That's kind of what
The voice seems like Nijai, kind of like Nijai teaching or guru kind of voice. Like it's like kind of spiritual guru type
Buddha?
voice.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm seeing that too. Is it possible that maybe he's
from that very
an
beginning,
Izai or maybe a Zenai?
still stuck with us.
Like for it says these eyes, the thing that I'm not seeing is like the mouth. I'm not seeing like the
So we actually have some of our members come in
that
and they'll sit on a panel
also
in
the
front of the whole
matching
company.
quality.
And
Like
they'll
he
talk
has
to
more of
us
like
about their
a
experiences.
uh,
And we had this guy who came
like
in and talked to us
caring
about
or
how he had
earnest
always been
sort of
troubled
way
with
to
difficult
him.
skin conditions since we had very severe things. One of the things
More like not that his Nizai can't be sensitive, but sort of like a little bit more of a sensitive HSP kind of
worse is like,
quality
Yeah,
to it.
just do that like selling. I sell, you know, like
one of
in
the reasons
pitching,
why our
like
product
very
so we're always
like your mouth,
amazed
like
by
your,
how people are
I don't know how to explain it, but your mouth is like selling because you're, you know, you have this big smile and
Into profitability. Credit card.
Not the best way of explaining it,
I
but
bet that was hard.
his mouth comes across more like vulnerable
Yeah, it
and
was,
like.
Yeah, slack, and the lower lip, right? I think is more emphasized,
Yeah.
yeah, 2 years.
right? Do you guys want to look at another interview?
And we were lucky that we
Yeah.
had some savings and we also had wives that were incredibly supportive. Working, maybe more important.
It's more of a presentation, but I think it has some good cues that might be able to be used.
Let's start by talking about
In terms of his articulating, it seems like I don't see like that warm caring that with the G articulation. It seems like more like that bracing, just the fast sort of articulation. Like whereas in the first interview or in the interview that we saw first, like he had like you know that sort of like earnest and moving. Here, and he's sort of in a more teaching, more professorial, and you see that with just more pure articulating. That seems
Yeah, it's Z, right? It definitely sounds cool, and he's more professional here, I think, because I guess he's got to do more of like a structured kind of presentation. But he still, I think, has good Ni and Jai, assuming that he does have those powers, and he is in Jai, of course. I feel like that's what I'm seeing.
healthy recommendations are not personalized. So what comments into your lifestyle is a very personal thing. Your health goals, your dietary preferences, are you vegetarian, are you vegan, and really your views from foods.
his head also makes little movements that seem consistent with normal.
Overall, just leading a healthy life is just fun. It takes time to shop, to prepare for healthy foods, it's hard to make the right decision. So
And his bracing, like when thinking about, you know, a Nujai versus a Zenai, for example, like he doesn't do full juts like a Zenai.
our mission is to
Like he does little mini juts, but they're not really going far and then
Not like,
not cool.
yeah. He's naturally more, I think, yin. Kind of wants to not have to do as much jutting as he absolutely needs to. I guess because it's more taxing or more curbing to his energy. I feel like I'm seeing Nijai pretty strongly. I'm not sure. How do you guys feel pretty confident on this case?
Yeah, I feel that that's what I'm seeing. I'm looking at pictures also, and that is also mean guy. So I mean, I'd be comfortable with calling it if you guys are. Where do you like the most?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna guess Nijai.
Okay. And I'm guessing Jai and Glenn.
Yeah, I think Nijai. Yeah.
You got it.
Cool.
All right. Bring us another one.
All right. His name is going to be Eric Helms. It's spelled like this if you guys want to search pictures. I'll put in the first video here.
How's it going, guys? So basically, one of the questions we got that was a really good one was, how can someone maximize their metabolic potential in the off season? I.e., bringing up carbs slowly, weekly, to not gain fat. But how do you figure out exactly basically the rate that you can go at? Well, not
I don't know what this
overly fat,
means
but
yet.
also gaining kind of the right amount.
It does have a narrow
1
head.
and 2 come up the right.
Narrow and long.
Great question.
Interesting.
This. That pretty much any time I start.
I do notice that too.
Kind of doing a big picture.
I feel like it might be just a physical characteristic, because I feel like I'm personally maybe leaning more towards objective for him, but
So that's
I'm beginning to reconsider maybe thinking if he might be a subjective mojo.
figuring out
Yeah.
what your maintenance calories are, and thus where you're eating or your cutting calories would be.
He constantly is tilting and looking to the left, and I'm generally just getting a directive vibe.
First step, try to
Maybe, yeah.
place and then transition into reality fully. It all comes down to doing that without putting on too much body. So the reverse dieting process is just one of getting your food back up to where it can be, and that's exactly the crux of this question is maximizing your metabolic. So as you guys have probably heard Coach Nunez talk about in his recent video on repeat high carb days, and how you shot at my hypothetical metabolism, which is affected by it. I'm okay. We're just going to transition right from there. So yeah, you're going to have some high carb days when you're dieting down, especially as you get leaner. Frequency, the size, and the composition of the repeat are going to be different for people, but for the most part, it's pretty much going to be high carb day that is pretty close to your own intake. Sometimes a little higher. Like for me, I eat pretty damn high refeeds. But for most people, you're going to have a refeed that's relatively representative of what your off-season intake is as far as carbs. So what I like to do is use this.
Yeah, I'm wondering maybe G9 too.
I try to go through the diet.
Well, right now when he did that little muscle, how you pull the muscle upward,
especially the
right
carbohydrates,
hand side,
6 low
looks
days,
like it came up
5
pretty
low
high.
days,
I was
whatever
doing
they
that
have.
on the left hand
But
side.
keep that one refeed is basically where we try to get back to. So let's take a hypothetical example of someone who started the diet with 6 days and 200 grams of carbs, and 1 day at 450. Okay? Which is a pretty typical light heavyweight competitor with a moderate base.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of like how Greg O'Gallagher was doing his blogs, but I'm not sure if that means anything significant.
I don't know, but I hear a drone there.
Higher.
You hear a drone?
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
So the first thing I like to do is get the person out of the deficit into something a little bit fat, up to somewhere around 20-25% of calories, and kick those carbs probably back up to where I started the morning diet. So now we've got something reasonable. It's just a living business.
Yeah, a few things like what Coach was saying about what types of riffs. This guy seems a little more like an actor than an athlete. But I mean, I know he's an athlete, but he reminds me more of actors. Like the sideburns, the earring, the whole thing just seems a little more nigh rather than vi.
Body hack and yes.
Like I can picture him having longer sideburns and sort of being like in some sort of like comedy movie or something like that.
Yeah, Nai has a tendency towards, like, I don't know, characters, like imaginary characters, your friends or stuff like that. So that's why I think the acting makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I was seeing Ji Vi. I don't know. Considering that, but
I think I feel pretty confident with G, the G value here, or with that is now the rest is still up in the air. I mean, I'm reading more for I
Wait, so Charlene, you're between the Jez Hunters and the Jez Pilots?
And I haven't closed off like yeah, I guess that those are the two that I'm
is it possible maybe he is a VZI by any chance, a V alpha? Do you think that might?
I'm not seeing his eyes being that clear camera lens, like laser eye quality. His eyes have a more dispersed quality, not that laser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something that I noticed with both of
Our cat. Sorry, I didn't know you were saying.
something that I noticed with Grego Gallagher and also Omar Yusuf, which was from several months ago, that was another one of your quizzes, Glenn. I think he showed up in the last interview as well, interviewing Brad Schoenfeld. Something that I noticed with both Vizai is that they both tricked me into thinking they were Naiji. And this guy, I really I don't think I would put him as a Naiji.
I see. So.
Maybe a Vaiji. Maybe. But
maybe I see.
But I don't know. I am feeling that I'm seeing a little more Nai. Definitely, I'm pretty certain about the G as well. G is one of the top two powers, but I'm not really sure beyond that.
I wonder about the Vizai because I look at his cheeks and they seem very flat. I know, but I guess that might just be the fact that he's got like a longer face and he might be having like a G unifield face quality to him. And that might be giving that kind of an impression.
Do we have another interview?
Yeah, let me just put it in here. You might need to skip forward a little bit. I'll go ahead and do that.
Thank you. Too far.
So thanks, sir. You're one of my guys, so I really don't worry too much about what you're doing directly under my supervision because you're smart. It's bumpers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The thing I like traveling is just I'm really needy. Like I have a lot of needs. Like and I like that my car. I have to have a sleep machine no matter what. So camping is like really complicated. And like I don't know. It feels tough. Like okay, so fuck that. What did you just do? Band pull cards. Why the fuck are you doing band pull cards? To engage and activate the shoulder and upper back support muscles. So I have a little bit of a rounded shoulder, forward posture. And I do a lot of pressing. because I need this. Because, that's my biggest knock is bodybuilders. I have good legs and a narrow top, so I'm always trying to get more delt lat size.
I mean, I definitely don't know about Visi. Like, I have very few in my memory database, but
Yeah, I was just.
like what I was saying, it's just I get this weird vibe that it's like an IG, but completely off. Like totally upside down. But like they totally tricked me into thinking they're an IG.
Most of the.
And this guy, I'm not getting that vibe from this guy.
Sure.
Max Ada.
I'm personally going back and forth mainly between the G Alpha, but yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, I think I would say that I am, and I'm leaning towards G9 because he seems a little more like an actor.
In a snatch position, I normally lose it because I'm tight across here. Like, I'll hit the jerk, and I'm not really getting bone on bone, so I'll lose it that way. Okay? You're supposed to be. So my whole arm and the pec line is pretty tight, lat. So I still know what I need to do, and they're suggesting try to get more of a ratio of pulling and
Are you
pushing.
guys getting any riffs of any G9 possibly? Are there any?
I've been doing it no, but I also have a tendency to have that role. Like if you look at my whole dad's side of the family, they all have like that.
Yeah, my dad actually really has that too.
So a lot of that is just postural and behavioral, and because of our society. But some of it also is I'm more prone to it. So I think I have to do probably a little more than I thought I had to. And I think I love that. Another good thing is you can't do that good.
Comparing to somewhat the G9, like.
We're talking about the pullovers. Bodybuilders thought they were going for cage expansion.
Oh, Anthony Michael Hall.
Getting the straightest interior fire, stretching out their pec and everything.
He's like an 80s actor.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, Anthony Michael Hall.
if it even is a riff, it's pretty far. But
having real good flexibility and posture, and it makes you look bigger.
when he was younger,
Yeah, when he was younger, had a long
Tommy Kono.
He's one of the most medals made in the U.S. heavyweight.
he's a G9 who has a very long, lean face as well.
Speaking of body type on Sunday, and he was also, I believe, a Mr. Universe.
Bodybuilding?
He had a great physique too, really good. In fact, if you looked at it,
Yeah, okay. I think I'm being convinced a little bit of G9.
I'm thinking Japanese American in the 40s. That's why he didn't do better.
Yeah.
Because, he had a physique where I would have no problem putting next to Steve Reeves and actually great quads, real wide lats.
It's a little hard to hear you, Jailene, over the volume.
Yeah, over your speakers.
Flexibility and.
Alright, yeah, I guess I was saying the more I see it's leading me more towards the
I just thought of women doing 12,000 reps.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Because he still has that rounded voice, buttery voice. I don't know if I'm hearing that. I don't think I'm hearing the eyes don't have that focus quality that I can see more diffuse. And he has an easy time articulating. That's warm articulation. That's what I'm leaning towards myself.
Yeah, a lot of looking away, a lot of detaching with the eyes.
Notice nervousness too, a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. That's why he reminded me of Anthony Michael Hall, because he tends to play like twitchy, kind of geeky characters in movies. And even though this guy's an athlete and pretty buff, like he seems a little bit like scholarly, I guess, about what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. He likes the community because it's tribal.
What was that?
He was making a comment that he likes, I don't know what community he was referring to, but he likes the community because it's tribal. That's the way he described it. That was put a lot
tribal?
Of into it. Tribal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see tenseness in his shoulders and his arms that's consistent with the directive. hands or large colors.
I'm looking at his face. It seems, I don't know. I'm noticing the longness for some reason now.
This has a long face, yeah, like I've understood. But, long face. But so did Eric Helms to me. That's why. Not Eric, sorry. So did Greg, one of our other friends.
Greg O'Gallagher?
Yeah.
Greg O'Gallagher. Especially when he.
Yeah, that's Glenn. I don't know if you saw the link I pasted in. It's Anthony Michael Hall when he was younger.
I checked it out.
He also has like a really long pilot face.
Mm-hmm. Could be that he's a G Nye with a great Nye. But I'm also wondering what are the chances if maybe he's a G Vi with like really good knee use. That's kind of a little bit on my mind. And
Yeah, myself, I just haven't heard the drone.
Yeah, and I can't really the feeling that I can see this guy in a movie, like a sort of a comedy type movie.
Yeah.
And I don't really get that with the G-Vi, although I don't really have that much experience with video of G-Vi as well.
It doesn't seem to have that tension that comes like that. With the preparedness of the vibe in like the eye area. And the any vibe change. That.
I will be right back, but if we're gonna guess, I'm gonna go with G9 at this point, at least.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and call it. So say G9. I'll go with G9 as well. Glenn, how about you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to rush you.
No, it's fine. I feel like, yeah. Okay, G9 and G Vi as a second.
Okay, we're actually on something there, Glenn. It is a good knee.
Oh, nice.
And so he had really good G, Charlene. So the butter kinds of gives a little roundness to the drone that maybe doesn't make the drone you're used to hearing.
Yeah.
Say Vi Alpha or a G Vi that don't have such good G. But he had really good G, warmth and butter roundness, and then his knee, a good lift. As far as the earrings and the sideburns, that's not actually physiological cue. Although it can be some context, but it's not actually physiological cue. And G-Vi, who have good knee, they often do that. So a lot of pro wrestlers, for example, G-Vi with knee, they get quite flamboyant.
Yeah, I'll have to study that.
But yeah,
the drone, because I couldn't feel drone.
He was hard. He was tricky. Good game. That's why it was tricky. So that's good. So we'll get more into this bubble. Let's say me and Glenn are going to put this one this year, so I'm forward to that. I'm sure we'll see more of these G-Vi with more advanced riffs than we may have seen, at least different riffs. But his was actually advanced and different. It's cool. All right, Glenn, can you please post the answers to this quiz, including the live stuff? And Bruno, you are up for samples, so if you can provide them this week, that would be awesome.
Cool.
And we'll be on for Tuesday. Tuesday we'll be doing Romantic Temple.
All right, cool.
That was good. Do you guys want to have a hangout about music stuff this week, or is that going to have to wait?
I think we're still sorting out the computer situation, but we're in a good place. We're kind of unfortunately just paused while we get the computer situation done. But we're really looking forward, I think, to probably sending you some recordings. Will be the next step. And then also, Charlene, I think, is finalizing her song, and so she wants to talk about another new beat. So some really cool stuff, but unfortunately, wait a little bit longer. I hope you don't mind.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Great. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool beans. I will see you guys on Tuesday then. Good night.
Good night.
Nice.